am natural but lifted. It's written on my birth certificate. Natural and lifted. Or maybe it was my dating profile. It's one of those pieces of paper. Hello and welcome, pals and confidants, to this week's episode of Accidental House Husband. I hope you're having a great week. My week is off to a great start, and I hope yours is too. Now, this week actually is a very fun sort of anniversary for me. This would be the 10th year anniversary of me moving to New York City. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why is he celebrating a 10th year anniversary when he hasn't lived in New York City for 3 years? Well, here's the reason. New York City is the freaking best. I loved my life and I loved all of my time that I spent in New York City. And even though I don't live there now, I am very fortunate that I get to go back and travel at least twice a year and get back to the city that I love and really just sort of hit the town running. I know all of the places that I want to get to and then try to experience some new things along the way. We all know that New York City changes literally every single day, so there's always something new to try and old friends to see. And of course, if I ever need my daily fix of New York City, I can pretty much turn on literally almost any single movie or television show that is on TV or in theaters right now, and I can get a little glimpse of my home away from home. Just recently, we started watching a new show called Pose. It is on FX, and it is taking us back to the 1980s New York City club scene where people lived with their selected families, not necessarily with their birth families, and really just experienced the city. Now, when I lived in New York City, I moved there in 2008. I think that everybody refers to that as pretty much the worst year of their life. But me, I was one of the best years of my life. Living away from Michigan, which was my home and where I now call home, for the first time in my life was just an amazing experience. I met a ton of people. I met people from all different cultures, backgrounds, and just really had a great time. I lived in Brooklyn and for all 7 years that I lived in New York, and really just enjoyed the community feeling that was there. We are lucky that we get to go back to New York at least once a year. And when we're there, we like to do these 10 things. So here's the top 10 things that we like to do when we go back to New York City. First of all, make sure you're getting yourself to 44th and 9th. Get to Schmackary's. They have fantastic, delicious cookies. Tommy and I actually had Schmackary's cookies on our first date, and instead of a wedding cake, we had Schmackary's cookies at our wedding. So something that we really love. Anytime that one of us is in New York, we always bring it back for the other person. They travel amazingly, and they're delicious. If you're going to go to Schmackary's, you can definitely hit them up after a Broadway show, but make sure that you run right from your seats right to Schmackary's, otherwise you'll be waiting in line for a while. Make sure that when you go to New York City, you plan on seeing a Broadway show. Now, Broadway shows can be really expensive, I understand that, but if you find a show that you really want to see, there's a way that you can get tickets. There's a couple of options that you've got. Number one, the best way is usually through the lottery. Usually about 2 hours before each performance, they will have people draw names out of a bucket, and all you have to do is show up. You probably saw our Wicked video before. I'm wondering if we can maybe put like the link like right here. I might just be pointing to something, but the link will be down below to that video. But what you can do is just go in, put your name in a bucket, they draw it out, you might get front row tickets, but that's one of the best ways that you can do it. Another way is what they call rush tickets. You can line up the morning the box office opens, and they have a limited amount of tickets that are available for what they call rush. Now, these tickets might have some stipulations. They might have some partial view, but usually you're still gonna get the whole damn show, and it's gonna be for a whole hell of a lot less. So definitely check out those rush tickets. Last time we were in New York, we had already planned out what shows we wanted to see, but at last minute, we sort of thought, what if we just decided to go jump in and get rush tickets for SpongeBob SquarePants? And we did, and they were $20, and the show was great. Now, while you're on that trend of seeing a show, here's a way that you can get, when you spend the money at the Broadway show, you can do something else for free that's just as exciting. Go to a taping of a live talk show. If you go to oneiota.com, they're gonna have all the shows that are filming in New York City, and you can plan weeks in advance, sometimes months in advance, so make sure you're checking those dates early on. But you can reserve a seat for tickets, and you can go to anywhere ranging from Rachel Ray to The View. They have Stephen Colbert. They have Kelly, Live with Kelly and Ryan. Lots of opportunities. And usually, every time you go to a show, they give you a gift. So you get to walk out with some sort of like crazy gift. I've gotten a blender. I've gotten like some sort of $300 picture frame, both from Wendy Williams. Thanks, Wendy Williams. You can be the people that you see in the audience. That could be you, and it's free. One thing that you need to make sure that you're planning ahead is visiting the Statue of Liberty. it's going to be at least a 5 to 6 month wait if you want to get up into the crown. So make sure you get online, buy your tickets ahead of time, make sure you have all of the people in your party's information. They're gonna need everybody's names. When you buy that ticket, it's not gonna be transferable to somebody else. It's only good for that person. They're gonna check ID and they're gonna confiscate all your belongings before you go up into the crown. Now, there's 3 different stages when you go to the Statue of Liberty. When you go to the island, you can take the boat over, and then you get to walk around all the grounds. You get to go to the gift shops, you get to go to the cafeteria, and you really get to take Lady Liberty in for her full glory. Next, you get to go to the pedestal. So you buy a ticket, you can get up to the pedestal, which has a certain amount of tickets that they sell for each day, and you can get up to the bottom of her feet. So you can essentially walk up into the tower. She is staged beautifully up on a platform, and you can walk around the outside of that circumference of that area. If you have bought a crown ticket, these are the least amount that they sell per day. I've been up in the crown twice, and it only holds approximately 5 to 6 people, 7 if you're friends and family and really want to squeeze together. It's not a great, big, huge space. So with all those people, they only limit it to a certain amount of people per day. Now, if you don't want to spend the time or the money to get to Liberty Island, you can easily get a fantastic view of the Statue of Liberty for free. $0. $0. All you have to do is go down to Battery Park, which is in Lower Manhattan, down in the financial district, and get on the Staten Island Ferry. It is going to take you across over to, shockingly, Staten Island, and take you right past the Statue of Liberty. You're going to get all of the great pictures that you need. You can pose with you can take some selfies and pose with your significant other or your friends or your family, and really get those great pictures. It's not going to cost you anything. You get off at Staten Island, you literally get off the boat, walk around, get onto another boat, and bring it on back. If you are visiting New York City for the first time, you have to see Times Square. Now, if you ask any single person that lives in New York City, they will tell you the last place that they ever want to be is at Times Square.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And that is going to be where you have the most tourists, the most action, but it really just has an amazing energy to it. If you have the opportunity, go check out a Broadway show and then go to Times Square at night. Having all the lights just flashing in front of you, and now it's all digital billboard screens, it's really just something to behold. Go up the red steps that are at the far end near the Olive Garden and just take in the entire view of Times Square. It's fantastic. At night is amazing. It's very romantic if you want to get up there and take a picture. I've taken a couple pictures up there, but I've only kept 1 or 2 of the photos. After you finish at Times Square, you have to go to one of the hidden gems. I guess it's not so hidden anymore. It's been a little while since I've been in New York, but the High Line. It's down on the Hudson River, and it has a beautiful, beautiful walkway heading from the Meatpacking District up to around 34th or 36th Street. I think they might have extended it further than that. I should have done some research before I started this video, but listen, this is what I have to offer. I can't talk about things that other people tell me. I can only tell you what I know. Anyway, you make sure you want to start, I usually like to start up at the top at 36th Street and then wander down, because then I end up in the Meatpacking District, which is where you're going to find a lot of shopping. You're going to have great opportunities to get some food, get a beverage, and then just jump on any train and essentially head back to your destination. If you want to do some great shopping, of course this is going to be very controversial because there's a lot of different shopping areas in New York City, but I still really do swear by Soho. Soho has a lot of people and it can be very crowded, and for somebody that worked in Soho for a while, it is a little frustrating when you're trying to make it through the streets. But as a tourist, and if you want to get some really great shopping, that's where you're going to find all of the fantastic stores. Now, not only are you going to find high-end stores like Gucci and Prada, but you're also going to find stores like Madewell and Warby Parker that are going to be located right in the Soho area. All the shopping, all this Broadway seeing, all this walking around that I'm making you do, you're going to need some sustenance. I don't think that you need to check into some fancy restaurant, some fancy hotel. All you need to do is just go to any street meat vendor. I personally recommend chicken over rice, $5, chicken or beef or both or something else that's mystery meat. They'll put it all together to you over rice with a little side salad. It's $5. It's $5. I mean, it will serve 2 different meals unless you're just like gonna scarf it down like I usually did. $5. Now when it comes to nightlife, I love, love, love Hell's Kitchen, but there's nothing better than being down in the West Village. West Village is really sort of like this gay mecca. It's like where every gay wants to live. I mean, we all say that we want to live in, I know we all say that we want to live in Harlem or continue to grow Brooklyn, but really West Village that's where all the gays really want to go to. West Village is amazing. I spent a lot of time there. I never lived there. I did spend the night sometimes, but I never actually had like my name on a lease there. But it's amazing. You have a lot of places that you can go for amazing brunches. My favorite place is Philip Marie. They used to have an unlimited mimosa brunch that I've been to far too many times, and they're nothing but just amazing, hospitable, great people. After you're done with brunch, make sure you check out some of the local sex shops in the West Village. It used to be my favorite thing to do. Hit unlimited mimosa brunch, check out the sex shops. They're fantastic. They're literally like 1 or 2 floors. They have the best variety of things, no matter what you're looking for. You never know what you're gonna find. You never know what's gonna strike your interest, so make sure you check it out. While you're in the village, make sure Philip Marie is a little bit more of a brunch restaurant place. Definitely a fantastic dinner. I've been there for dinner as well. But also make sure you check out some of the great bars that are downtown. We used to go to the Duplex all the time. That was sort of our late night spot. Upstairs, they have sort of a cabaret where you have a lot of artists that are going in and performing their own work. They also have a great late night bar upstairs, and then downstairs is a piano bar, and they will play throughout the evening, taking requests, making fun of guests, and just really, I guess it's just a really great fun time. West Village is where it's happening. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, late at night, and they have street meat. So listen. So that's it. That's what I like to do in New York City. Please tell me what you like to do. I'm gonna be visiting soon and I wanna know, so just leave it in the comments down below what it is that you sort of get into when you're back in the Big Apple. If you're enjoying these videos as much as I'm enjoying making them, I hope that you'll subscribe. It's really easy. All you have to do is just hit the subscribe button that's down below, and then it will just pull me up into your feed every time that you log into YouTube and see that I have a new video out. If you actually want to get an advance notice, well, not really advance notice, but immediate notice when I post my videos, you can actually hit the bell that's right down in the corner, and it will just notify you when a new video is posted. Also, if you specifically like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I decided that I'm going to be moving my videos until Thursday because y'all, Mondays are rough. Like, it's a rough day. The weekends are long, it's hot. Maybe we'll be shifting things around, but that's what this is all about. Just figuring out what works for us and what's gonna be the best so that we have the best content to bring to y'all. So, I hope they have a great day, and take a little time to make sure that you live for fun and spread joy.